Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. Today, we're going to be breaking down one of the most overlooked and most misunderstood credit unions in the entire country. This credit union is open nationwide, it's accessible to everyday consumers, and it quietly offers credit cards with limits that can scale all the way up to $100,000 without requiring a government job, military service, or special employment status. We're taking a deep dive into State Department Federal Credit Union, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how people are gaining access to high limit credit cards, personal lines of credit, and loan products that rival some of the most aggressive lenders to date. By the end of this video, you'll understand who this credit union is actually for, how to join right away, and which credit products matter most, and how to approach the application process strategically so that you're not wasting inquiries, time, or opportunities. If you care about building real leverage, increasing your access to capital, and positioning yourself for high limit approvals, then this is a video you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get right into it. State Department Federal Credit Union, also known as SDFCU, is a member-owned financial institution founded in 1935 by U.S. Department of State employees, providing banking services like loans, savings, and bank accounts, mortgages, and to its diverse global membership, which includes State Department employees, their families, and members of affiliated organizations, offering products that are tailored to their unique needs, including those who live abroad. One of the biggest misconceptions that people have when they hear names like State Department Federal Credit Union is assuming that it's only for government employees or people who work directly with the State Department. The reality is that State Department Federal Credit Union is open to the general public through eligible associations and nonprofit affiliations. You don't need to work for the State Department, you don't need to be in the military, and you don't need to be a federal employee because you can join as a civilian from anywhere in the country. Now, if you don't qualify to join through the aforementioned methods, as a consumer, you're eligible to join through the American Consumer Council, also known as the ACC, and this is a non-profit organization. It's very simple to apply using this option. All applicants must be 16 years of age or older, and like most credit unions, you're required to open a shared savings account. However, you're not required to make a deposit in order to be eligible for membership. Now, there is one thing that you absolutely need to understand before joining State Department Federal Credit Union, and that is that the membership itself will result in a hard inquiry. That inquiry is pulled from Experian, and they also review your check systems during the membership process. I have an entire video on removing information from check systems if you're having issues with that. I also have multiple videos to show you how to remove hard inquiries from your credit report. So it's not too much of a big deal. You should be able to remove information that you need to from check systems, as well as removing this hard inquiry once you become a member. Now, I'm going to link both of those videos right here. Now, if you join this credit union casually with no intention of applying for credit card products, then I think you should wait and you should time this properly, because that single Experian inquiry can be leveraged across multiple applications within a limited window. But I do want to make one thing clear. You can remove the hard inquiry if you're just removing it for membership. If you're applying for a credit card or other products, then keep that hard inquiry. And the reason I'm saying that is because you should have approximately 30 days to apply for any other credit product without receiving another hard inquiry. So that means you can apply for membership, and then you can apply for a credit card or a personal loan or a personal line of credit without triggering multiple hard inquiries if you do it correctly. But once again, check systems is also part of the membership review. So if you have any unresolved banking account issues or closures or negative check system entries, then you need to address that before applying for membership. But the key takeaway here is simple. Do not join until you are ready to apply for something. And when you do apply for everything that you qualify for within that inquiry window. And worst case scenario, you can easily remove that hard inquiry. So currently we are on SDFCU.org. I'm going to leave a link down in the description if you just want to click on it and come straight to the website for this credit union. Now, to begin, I want to discuss the checking and savings accounts, and then we'll go through a step-by-step process of how to join. So State Department Federal Credit Union will offer very different types of checking accounts that are designed to meet specific needs. So whether you're looking for convenience, for savings or rewards, they've got you covered. Now let's start with the basic account. This one will have no minimum balance, which is always good for bank accounts, free debit card, no monthly fees, and 24/7 account access. And this account is very straightforward. I don't think I need to really go into any greater detail. There is an option here to view more account details if you want to know more. But again, like it says in the name, this is a very basic account. Then we have the Advantage account, which has a $2,000 balance that's required. With this account, you can earn dividends and up to $15 reimbursement of ATM and foreign transaction fees. There's no penalty for falling below the balance, and there's also 24/7 account access. Now, I did want to go into the details for this account for a couple of reasons. It's not going to tell me the dividends, and it doesn't really matter, frankly, because it's going to change depending on the time that you're watching this video. But I also want to talk about the $2,000 balance, because as long as you maintain that balance, this account is actually free. There is no fee. Now, if you fall below that balance, then again, you will have a fee. You'll have to pay for this account. So you do have that minimum requirement in order to not pay for this. You also get early direct deposit. It's up to 2 days early, as well as overdraft protection, free personal checks. You get access to nearly 30,000 free ATMs. And again, it's up to that $15 ATM ISA fee reimbursements. You also get free Visa debit cards with contactless chip. Now, again, it's pretty straightforward with this account. A lot of other credit unions do offer tiers and dividend rates for keeping a certain amount in each account. And then if you want to see the rates at the time of recording, these are the rates currently, but always click on the link, look at what it is at the time of watching the video, so that way you can see if these have changed. The last checking account that we're looking at is going to be the Privilege. Now, this one will require a $25,000 balance, but this one will have the highest dividends that you can possibly earn. And then you can also get up to $25 reimbursements for ATM and foreign transaction fees. The other one was 15. This one is 25. Free money orders, 24/7 account access. Now let's look at some more details here. All of the features are roughly about the same, with the exception of the free official checks, the treasurer's checks, and then everything else seems to be the exact same except for the $25 reimbursement that you get. It's an additional $10. And once again, if you want to see what these dividend rates are, you can scroll down and see what they are for the Advantage checking and the Privilege checking. Now, I do want to say this is not as good as a high yield savings account. However, if you are looking for a checking account where you keep your balances and you have access to them at all times, then it is nice to be making some sort of interest while that money just sits. Now, switching gears over to saving accounts. At SDFCU, they offer various types of saving accounts that are designed to meet very different needs. As you can see up here at the time of recording, these are the current rates for the APYs, one for 12 months, one for 15 months that you can earn on your savings with a certificate. Now, that's a totally separate thing, but if you were interested in that, just know they do have those offers available. Now, for the share savings account, you can earn dividends. It only takes $1 to open, and they'll give you the dollar. You can easily transfer funds and access your account through the mobile app. And like I said before, you need this account to establish your SDFCU membership, but technically there is no minimum amount that's required if they give you the dollar to open the account. There's also custodian and minor share saving accounts, and you can save a federally insured account up to $250,000, which is usually standard with most saving accounts. Now, with the custom share savings account, I do like this. You can personalize your account, give it a name, and give it a specific goal like vacation, or like maybe you want to buy a laptop, or maybe you want to buy a camera, or there's something that you're saving up for. Whatever your specific goal is, you set this account to meet that goal, and you also have access to over 5,000 shared branches through their co-op shared branch network. Dividends are paid monthly, and savings are federally insured, just like any other savings account, up to $250,000. And once again, here are the current saving rates on these accounts for the share savings and the custom savings. Now, of course, you can see this is much lower than the checking, so why would you want to save here? I'm not quite sure, but just know that it is available. Now, if you want your savings to go a little bit further, SDFCU's money market saving accounts do offer a higher yield than regular savings accounts, and it is very flexible. Now, at the time of recording this video, you can choose from 2 account options. It's the Prime starting at a balance of $2,000 and the Premier starting at $25,000. And if you scroll down, here are the rates currently depending on the balance that you're holding in the account. So this can range from having a minimum balance of $2,000 with a 1.21% APY, or it can be up to $250,000 with a 2.02% APY. Now, once again, this is very good if you're just leaving money in your checking and you're leaving money in your savings. You want to have access to them at all times, and at least they're making you some sort of money. There are high yield savings accounts that can be a lot better than this. You also have things like T-bills that we've talked about and other things that you can actually use to save money. But my thing is, if you want complete access to your account at all times, and you at least can make something, this is where having a money market savings account can really come in handy. Now, while we're looking at savings accounts, I just want to briefly go over these share certificates. If we scroll down, you'll see a couple here. It's going to be the share certificates, and then you also have the jumbo. Now, if we look at the rates here, you can see the minimum balance $500, and then you could see for the jumbo the minimum balance of $100,000, and then you can see the actual time frames that you can have this from 6 months to 24 months, and then you have the highest rate right now that's actually displayed, 3.70%. They don't have one for the bump up certificate or the jumbo bump up, but if we scroll down a little bit further, we can see that the jumbo certificate right here with a minimum balance of $100,000 has a 60-month term with 3.85% APY. So that's not bad. It's not like, I've still seen better with, again, other high yield savings accounts, but that's not bad, especially if you just want somewhere to put your money for the next 60 months. And the last thing I'll briefly go over, they do offer traditional IRAs and they also offer Roth IRAs. This isn't something that honestly I would open with a credit union. However, if you establish a relationship with this credit union and you just want to keep everything in one place, just know that it is offered and you can get a traditional or a Roth IRA. So currently we are back on the home page. If you want to join this credit union, then you can click on Join SDFCU today. And then when you do that, this is the screen that you'll be brought to. And of course, if you don't qualify through the affiliation with the Department of State, then you can scroll down to this option. You can join through the American Consumer Council, the ACC. Now, when you click on that, once again, you do have to open a share savings account. There is no minimum deposit. They will put $1 in there for you. Now, when you click on this, there will be a drop down that says, I agree to join the American Consumer Council. You'll want to click on that, and then you'll want to click the plus sign here. Now, when you click on the plus sign to actually add the share savings, it's going to say SDFCU shared savings accounts. They're a safe way to store your money and start your nest egg. A deposit of only $1 is all it takes, and we give you that dollar. So once again, you'll see that here. And then yes, you can join as the primary or a joint. I'm going to just select primary for now and then add the account. And you'll see that the share savings has been added, and then you can scroll down and click on continue. Now you can either enter your phone number and the information can be pre-filled for you, or you can click on no thanks, and then you can type in all the information manually. It's going to ask you for your social, your first and last name, your date of birth, your citizenship status, your current physical address, and then it's going to ask you for your contact information as well as your identification documents, which can be your driver's license or passport or government employer ID, so on and so forth. All right, now here's the last option that I'm going to show you. This is the part where you look at your funding. Now it's going to ask how much you would like to deposit. You can type in how much you would like here, but the total initial deposit that you can have for your savings will be $50,000. And if you want, you can fund this account with a credit card or a debit card up to $500. And as far as I know, when you do transfer this, it is not coded as a cash advance with your credit card. Now, just to be safe, I highly recommend that you call your financial institution and you reduce your cash advance withdrawal to 0. That way, if you try to use your credit card to make your deposit and it does try to code as a cash advance, it won't be possible if you don't have an available cash advance limit. And I went to the next page and scrolled right to the bottom. It's going to ask you to review your information just to make sure that everything is correct. Then you have to hit all of these terms and conditions here. You have to check these off. And then you'll need to hit I agree. Your application will be complete. As we move into the credit card products themselves, you're going to start noticing some similarities to Navy Federal Credit Union, like low interest rates, no annual fees, no balance transfers, no foreign transaction fees, and of course, relationship-based approvals with a high maximum credit limit. However, in some areas, State Department Federal Credit Union actually competes very aggressively, and in certain scenarios, it could even outperform Navy Federal. They keep their product lineup simple, which is something that I really like. There are only 3 core consumer credit cards, and each one serves a clear purpose. Again, every single card comes with no annual fee, there's no foreign transaction fees, and there's no balance transfer fee, and that alone eliminates a lot of unnecessary friction and cost. Now let's break these cards down one by one, starting with the most overlooked and most powerful option for building a relationship. If your credit is fair or you're rebuilding or building credit from scratch, then the Savings Secured Platinum card offered by State Department Federal Credit Union is where everything would begin for you. The minimum security deposit is $500 with a max of $5,000, which is reasonable, and that deposit will sit in a savings account and serve as collateral for your credit limit. From day one, this card earns rewards, which is extremely rare for a secured card. You also earn Flex Point rewards, which is 1 point for every $1 that you spend. Your APR on this card can be as low as 15.49% as of the recording of this video. Now, I've seen a lot of conflicting information in regard to graduation for this unsecured card. I believe in the past you were able to graduate after responsible use. However, I cannot confirm that with certainty. I called customer service and I was told that the card doesn't graduate, but I was told by someone that has this card that it did graduate. So I would just keep that in mind if you get this card. There is a possibility that it may not ever graduate to an unsecured credit card for you. Moving on to the Platinum Rewards credit card. Now, this one can be the foundation of your long-term relationship with this credit union. The minimum starting limit can be as low as $500 in some cases, but what matters most is not where you start, it matters where the ceiling is. Now, the max credit limit on this card can go all the way up to $100,000. The interest rates are extremely competitive as of the recording of this video. The Platinum card could have an APR as low as 10.49%. You have the same rewards program as the Platinum Rewards. There's no annual fee and no foreign transaction fees or balance transfer fees. And for those with stronger credit profiles, the Premium Cashback credit card is where things get very interesting. This card starts at a minimum credit limit of $5,000 and it can scale all the way up to $100,000 depending on your income and credit profile and of course the depth of your relationship. Now there is an introductory bonus of $200 when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days. Of course, that's as of the recording of this video. And you can also get 2% cash back on purchases and an APR as low as 12.74%. Now this card is built for people who want both rewards and leverage. It's not flashy, but it is powerful and it fits perfectly into a high limit credit card strategy. Beyond credit cards, State Department Federal Credit Union will offer personal loans that range from $500 all the way up to $100,000. Now, interest rates are fixed, they are pretty competitive, and repayment terms can extend up to 5 years, and there are no prepayment penalties. Personal loans from credit unions often come with better underwriting flexibility, and they usually are way more lenient than any large financial institution. But this isn't just about borrowing money, it's about building internal trust with this institution. One of my favorite products being offered by this credit union is the personal line of credit with limits up to $20,000. There is no annual fee and the flexibility is unmatched. Now, I really enjoy personal lines of credit. They are very powerful tools when used correctly. They can support velocity banking strategies, liquidity access, and cash flow management without constantly opening new credit card accounts or opening new loans. Stacking personal lines of credit across multiple institutions is one of the most underutilized wealth strategies, and this credit union makes that process so much easier. Now, before we wrap up the video, I did want to go over a few other products. For example, you can take a look at the auto loans that they have with State Department Federal Credit Union. They do have some pretty low interest rates. They can be as low as 4.24% with terms up to 84 months. You can also buy used cars up to 15 years old, which is a little bit better for flexibility. I think, a car that old you may not want to get. However, it is an option here, which is not something usually available. You also have no first payment for 90 days. That is a nice little benefit here. You can also finance greater than the vehicle's value, which is available, and financing available for members residing overseas. So if you're not currently in the US, you can still get financing for a vehicle. You can also finance boats, RVs, and other vehicle loans with no restrictions on your boat length if that was something that you were interested in. And at the time of recording this video, there is terms here from 36 months all the way up to 84 months. And of course, the shorter the term, the lower the APR. But I do like that even with used auto, it's only 4.74% for their 36-month term. That's not bad. And it goes up to 5.99% if you're looking at around 84 months in a worst case scenario for both used and new. All right, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Now, if you understand how to time your applications, how to build relationships, and how to leverage credit, then this credit union can be a cornerstone of your financial ecosystem. If you found value in this breakdown, then make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. I read them, and this community grows stronger every single day. I love that we share our experiences, and if you have anything that you want to share about this credit union, please drop it in the comments below. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and you have a wonderful day.